Still Waters ASMR. Today is going to be a simple video. I'm going to be doing some colouring in and some whispering. I'm going to be working on this, the back page of my bullet journal, which I did some colouring in previously. So I've got some, but this time, last time I found the thicker pens were a bit too thick to be colouring in well. So I've got my the fine liner Staedtler pens, and I'm going to try colouring in with those instead. And so they're just here to the side. So yeah, I'm just gonna try colouring in and seeing how it goes, and just doing some kind of whispered ramblings. I might start with the spell. Just wondering what colour to make the bell. I think the body of the bell can be like a light grey, and then we'll give it colours on the band. So it's been a few weeks since I last uploaded because things have been hectic here, but then I guess that's just a story of my life. I always underestimate how long things will take to do, or like I'll underestimate how busy I'll be, and so it's a common problem that I take on more stuff than I maybe should. So next week I was supposed to be going down to mainland Scotland for my appointment at the US consulate to renounce my citizenship, and I was going to go to, that was in Edinburgh, and then I was going to go to Stirling to do some exams for my accountancy course, because it's a lot cheaper down there than it is up here. So I was going to try and do a few exams while I was already down there. And then I was going to go to Glasgow for the weekend with my husband and some of his friends for his birthday, and we were going to go to a concert. But so the last few weeks I have been crazy busy with studying, getting ready for my exams. My office was a complete tip, so I couldn't even do any videos of me studying, because like my in here was just a complete mess. So I've had to dedicate some decent time to bringing order to the chaos. It just became a dumping ground. It's so easily done. There was other things going on, and it was easier just to dump stuff in here than to actually properly organise it. What colour will make the bands? Maybe light blue. Light blue could be good. And then I've been busy with things around the croft. We're gearing up for lambing time, which will be end of April. So, and then of course busy with work and everything else. So, what it meant was that the last few weeks I've been flat out busy for going away this next week. But then of course with coronavirus, my whole trip has been cancelled, which in some ways is a relief, because with my Crohn's disease, then I'm one of the vulnerable at risk groups because I am on immune suppressing medication. So I don't really want to be putting myself at risk. So I'll be a US citizen for a little bit longer, it's just a bit, you know, when there's things that are completely out of your control that you can't do anything about. It's you just have to be able to, you just have to sit back and wait. I'll do this little bee. He's super cute. I just realised the light being over there means I'm casting shadows, but the lighting in this room is really poor. I'm gonna try and make some improvements. The weather today is horrendous. The wind is about 30 to 40 miles per hour at the moment, and it's been like snowy, sleety, haily, rainy showers, so really not very pleasant. So I'm grateful to be indoors. Thankfully yesterday morning it was quite nice, so I went outside and did some of the outdoor chores of feeding animals and poo picking the ponies park and that kind of thing yesterday. So, you know, I'm kind of grateful I got that out of the way yesterday when it was windy, but at least it was dry. So I was able to go out and do that without getting wet or anything. And then I'll make the stinger on the bee grey, like a dark grey. But yeah, coronavirus is everywhere, absolutely everywhere. It's like the only thing in the news here in the UK. We've had just Brexit in the news for a long time, and people are joking like, oh, we miss Brexit now because like the only thing in the news is coronavirus. This is bleeding something terrible on the page, so it's just gone over. It looks like I coloured in really badly, but we'll just pretend that this bee is really furry. Okay, I'm back again. So my nose started to run for absolutely no reason, so I didn't want to be sitting here sniffing in my video, so I've been away, blew my nose and back again. We'll edit that out. So yeah, so at the moment, I'm gonna apologise right now because there might be vibrational noises on the microphone because my cat, I've got the microphone is over here and it's attached to a bookcase beside my desk, and the cat has decided to sit in the bookcase. So she's currently grooming herself, so you might be getting some vibrational noises like down the microphone arm to the microphone. There's not much I can do about that. So I've been kind of like flat out the last few weeks, busy in preparation for this whole trip, and then it's been canned. So it's in some ways actually quite nice because I have suddenly this unexpected free time. This racket's gonna have a wooden handle. It's gonna be a really old racket. So, now that I've reclaimed my office, I spent a good chunk of time reclaiming my office. Actually, I'm really proud of that. Because, so I had a lot of studying I needed to do for these exams I thought I was going to have next week. And I also was desperately wanting to reclaim my office because, I mean, it was bad, it was really messy. And I couldn't record in here, I couldn't do studying in here. And I really wanted to just reclaim the space. And last weekend, or was it the weekend before? Oh gosh, I can't even remember where we're at now. It might have even been the weekend before. I put in a solid 10, 11 hours working in here. I stopped to eat and to, you know, use the facilities and stuff, but I was working solid, and the way I did it is I do not have the kind of work ethic and appetite to work for that long normally. I applied some principles I learned in a book recently, some good psychology, and I basically use psychology to my advantage. Both the studying and basically I had a mountain of paper filing that I had to sort out. Like, all of our paper filing was all on the floor in my office. And the way I did it is I would do a chapter of my studying, and then I would set a timer on my phone and do between 30 minutes to an hour. I was setting a timer for 30 minutes and then filing for 30 minutes, and often I would be in the middle of doing something, so I would do a little bit more. And I think this might be a lemon. So I was do a chapter of studying, and then that would be, I'd be getting a bit fed up with the studying, and I'd stop and I'd go do some filing, and I'd do at least half an hour of filing, or more if I was in the middle of doing like a certain segment. I would finish that segment off, so doing between like half an hour to an hour of filing, and then I go back and I do another chapter of studying, and just going back and forth between the two like that. I said I did a good 10-11 hours solid of work, and I wasn't getting bored, I wasn't getting frustrated, I wasn't getting fed up. But if I tried to sit down, in the end I did 6 chapters of studying and 1 assignment, and did all our paper filing, all filed away. If I had tried to do that, like all of the studying first, and then stopped and then done all of the paper filing, I would have totally burned out, and there's no way I would have achieved. I probably only would have gotten one of them done that day. I would never have done both, because I would have got so bogged down doing the one activity that I would have just been like, no, I can't do any more. So I was really proud of myself for using like smart psychology to my advantage, and it worked really well. I'm just trying to decide what colour in next. We'll come over here and we'll do the mermaid. So yeah, I was really chuffed with how it went. Let's see. That didn't work very well. Sorry, I'm just going to try and adjust the camera down a bit, because then I can scooch it a bit closer towards myself. But yeah, it went really well. So all the filing has been done. My office has been reclaimed to some degree. That's the thing. I mean, there was a lot of work to be done in this house in terms of decluttering and purging stuff, and you do find sometimes that things get moved to a different area. But at the same time, we have also been getting things out of the house, getting rid of things. I've got things for sale on eBay. So it's good to see things leaving the house. I'll be making a trip to the dump later this week. We were taking stuff to charity shops, but I think most of them have stopped taking donations at the moment with the coronavirus. But yeah, it's good to get things out of the house. I'm trying to understand what's going on here. Oh, I see it now. That's her body, and then the tail. I was getting really confused with what I was looking at. And yeah, by breaking it down into more manageable chunks, I got so much more done than if I tried to do it all. But yeah, there's also been a few other things going on that I can't reveal just yet. But hopefully I'll be able to tell you all sometime soon. And so I might be able to get some videos out of that, which will be quite exciting. But we'll have to wait and see how it goes. I've got quite a few video ideas I want to get on with, but as I said, I didn't have a space to record, and I've been quite busy, but I'm hoping that that's going to change, so I'm hoping I'm going to get a bit more done in the next wee while. And then maybe blue. I think what else? And then she might have a dark green top. It'll be made out of seaweed. I can't remember if I was saying that I've already told you, but we've got some otters that live down near our house, and I got to see them the other day. It was really cool. I've been off and on a bit ill with my Crohn's disease, so it's been a bit challenging the last wee while. I'm just trying to see what I'm gonna colour in next. I think maybe the hot air balloon. Little basket. This is making me think of His Dark Materials. I was watching that on the TV recently. I really enjoyed it. I also really enjoyed Good Omens was on. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was really funny. Even my husband watched it with me and he enjoyed it. What colour should this hot air balloon be? Let's maybe have purple. I still have so many things to get at home and around the house and everything that really getting quarantined at home really wouldn't be the end of the world, because it just gives me a chance to get on with stuff. I mean, obviously unless I'm ill, but so far I've managed to dodge it. Here in Shetland, the council have taken the decision to shut the schools. So even though the UK hasn't closed schools, actually it looks quite nice, I might leave that. So even though the UK government hasn't closed schools, our schools here are closed. Which is kind of nice, because it just takes a bit of pressure off of us. Let's do that cupcake. Let's do the pink heart on top. And then we can maybe have it can maybe be a chocolate muffin. The concentration is real. And then, I don't know, maybe like a light pink icing. And then we'll maybe do this in like segments. But yeah, with the benefits of the schools being closed, it means going into clean makes our life a lot easier. So you've been going around systematically cleaning, like doing like a deep clean. You're just tackling your room at a time. Now that I've got my desk back, I was contemplating getting myself a jigsaw puzzle and doing a jigsaw puzzle video. I've not done a jigsaw puzzle in years, and I used to really enjoy them when I was a teenager. Actually, it was maybe preteen. It was when I was in secondaries 1 through 4. So from the age of like 11 to 15. Then the minister at our church at the time had a really elderly mother-in-law who lived with him. And I used to go visit her every Wednesday lunchtime. And I have no idea how it started. I genuinely do not remember how it started. I think I went and visited her. Like, I think they invited us back to their house after church one time, and I met with her, and she was lovely. And I used to go every Wednesday lunchtime. I would get my lunch, and I would go out. I'd like scoff my lunch down, and then I'd go and spend like half an hour with her or something. And like, she really appreciated it, but so did I. I really enjoyed our time together. And we would like do jigsaw puzzles together, and we would play Scrabble, and we would chat, and sometimes I'd read to her, and it was really pleasant and really lovely. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. So yeah, we used to do jigsaw puzzles quite a lot, and jigsaw puzzles always make me think of her. And my first mother-in-law from my first marriage, she loves doing jigsaw puzzles. We've stayed in touch after the divorce. The way she put it is, her son divorced me, she didn't. I always got on really well with her, and she's a big jigsaw puzzle fan, so I got her a really lovely jigsaw puzzle for Christmas. It's a lady I know locally who does beautiful photography of like Shetland landscapes, and she's got I'm trying to think what colour to make this. I want to make it like some kind of chemically potion. Purple. It's gonna be purple. Let's make it this purple. It won't come off. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, that's a good colour. It's like a bright colour. Yeah, so she does this beautiful like local like landscape photography around here in Shetland, and she made jigsaw puzzles. I don't know why that lid is being so stiff. But yeah, jigsaw puzzles, some of the pictures that she's taken, and it's really lovely. So I sent her one of those. I had a train of thought there, and it just went poof and disappeared. We were talking about jigsaw puzzles and bright colours. I have no idea. Yeah, I totally had a thought there, but it's gone. It's gone. The contents in the syringe are going to be bright green. Oh, I remembered what it was. It was about potions. And it was reminding me, colouring that in was reminding me of The Emperor's New Groove. The best film in the history of cinematography. Even though it's an animation and not an actual film. But yeah, just like the best ever. Like, no discussion. Sorry, I just bumped my head against the microphone. Yeah, the best film ever. It's gonna be a red car. it was the bright pink potion was reminding me of the bit at the end of the film where they're all like changing into different animals and stuff. Honestly, best film ever. Like yellow headlamps. Then I might do windows, like a light blue. I watched The Emperor's New Groove like recently again as an adult. I hadn't seen it in years and years and years, and I was so worried that it would be a massive disappointment. You know, that the memory of it was better than it actually was, and oh my word, it's still absolutely freaking hilarious. Still just as funny. And I can still remember just about all the words. I was watching it with a friend and I was really having to like control myself not to sit and quote every line for line, because I knew that it was their first time seeing it and I knew that would be really annoying for them, like ruin the whole experience. So I was very good. Severely concentrating here. And you'll all be pleased to know I washed my hands before doing this video. Yes, it's kind of weird living where I'm at, because where I'm at on a day-to-day basis, I don't really see many people anyway. So I've not seen that, like, the whole coronavirus seems so, like, distant from us here. But it's a real problem here in Shetland. There's, from what I understand, the last time they stopped testing people in the UK because our government think that's a great, clever idea. But the last testing they did, it came up that Shetland has 10% of Scotland's coronavirus cases, which is insane because we're a tiny island with a tiny population. We've got a fraction of Scotland's population, so it's slightly disconcerting. But we just have to wait and see what happens. There's no point panicking just yet. I'm gonna do this little paint palette over here. So yeah, there's absolutely no point in panicking, because it doesn't achieve anything. And I've been trying to have my Facebook feed being like positive and lightsome, because I know a lot of my friends have been getting really stressed out with the whole thing. And it's like everywhere you go. So I've been having like selfies of me with the sheep, and pictures of the pony, and pictures of my cats, and just like really lightsome stuff, just to try and create a little oasis of calm in the chaos. obviously I'm aware that it's mentioned a fair bit in this video, but that's just because it's an update video, and well, right now it's a big factor of the update. But the next few videos I'm going to do will give absolutely no indication of the chaos that's happening in the world right now. So I hope you enjoy them. Let's get some purple. Alright, I've got some space for one last colour here. I might leave it. Let's make it brown. In reality it should be white, but I'm going to leave the whole palette as white. So I think I'm going to stop filming for now. I'll get this uploaded and I will get some other videos recorded. I already know one video. I'm going to do a Salvanian family unboxing video because I've got a heap of Salvanian families to show you. And so I will start with one of those today. And I'll do them on a weekly basis because I don't want to spam you with Salvanian families if it's not something you're interested in. So I'll release those on a weekly basis. So for now, I'm going to go and I will catch you again. I hope you're all keeping safe. I hope you're all keeping well, both physically and mentally. Do what you need to do to look after yourself. Take care of yourself. Wash your hands. And just, yeah, be kind. Look after each other. And love you all.